Hey, Fix-It Tony here. Today I'm going to be replacing my stabilizer bar bushings. So I am underneath the front of my car. This here is my oil pan, and this is right here the stabilizer bar. And on both sides there's two. There's one here, sort of before this big elbow, in this big turn right here, and then another one right here at the wheel. These are old, dried up, and you can sort of see how it's sort of, some corrosions might be started in there, so I have to fix that. And I think these bushings are dried up, and they will cause a little bit of shimmy or a rattle when you're driving, some noises. So the goal is to replace those. Keep in mind that there's 4 bushings for the front stabilizer. You have 2 here in the front where you can see that's a little bit larger diameter. So you have to know that the part numbers here are going to be different than the part numbers for over here, which is a little narrower diameter. So you're going to need 2 different sizes, but they do come in pairs, I believe. They come in pairs, maybe not. I did order mine, and I'll show you that. So what I had to do first is to raise my vehicle, and I actually raised it completely and put it on these race ramps. So all 4 are on race ramps. And the other thing I did was, so make sure your front wheels are straight and when you're doing this job. And when you're actually, not so much loosening the bolts, but more when you're putting it all back together, you have to have the weight of the car on the stabilizer bar and the bushings so that the bushings will receive, even weight. If you were just to jack up one side of the car and have it sort of unbalanced, or let the wheels hang, it's going to change the dynamics of this. So then when you tighten it and then you put it on what neutral ride is, it could not fit right, and it could cause problems with ride quality. So that's kind of the reason why we got to do that. The other thing I did was I put creeping oil in on all of the fasteners last night, and I'm letting them sort of soak. I'm just increasing the chances of an easy removal. My bolts are not that rusty to begin with, so I'm hoping the chances are small. All right, and it's just a matter of working it out, okay? So I'll spare you the process of undoing 2 bolts. Okay, so I got the second nut off from behind here, and then this little bracket just lifts straight up. It should come off quite easy. I'll clean this off before I put it back on, but that's that. What I might do is take this one off. This might allow me some more jiggle space, because right now this is tough to move. Yeah, it'll be easier. Yeah, see, it'll be easier once this is off. All right, hopefully I'm using an offset 13 millimeter on the front, and the back actually ended up being like 16 or 17 millimeter. So this is what remember, this is the front, and then this is the back. So the bigger size nut goes in the back when you're putting it all back together again. And then this should just come off. Yep, see that? All right. go. Here's the old one. So the next part, so I need to get this one off, and I'm going to, it looks like it's gonna come off. Oops. Is this it? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna take purple, I guess this is purple Scotch-Brite, and I'm just going to wipe down, especially over here. And let's adjust this camera. So right here, I'm going to clean with Scotch-Brite. There we go. Let's continue this all the way out to here. And then it pops out. So what I'm gonna do, just for giggles, I'm gonna keep it in metric. I'm gonna measure the inside diameter, 27.4 millimeters. What does the brand new one come in at? 26.5. This is a little bit smaller. You can see the difference. Part number is the same, but you can see how the part number is the same, but the height is different. Interesting. Let's go see if this one fits. The other thing I'm going to do is I have some synthetic grease, and I'm going to put a little bit of synthetic grease inside this bushing. It's going to do a couple things. It's going to help me get this back on, and also hopefully reduce the wear and increase the longevity. That's the theory, anyhow. And I'm just going to wipe the excess grease off the stabilizer bar. Yeah, this is not the ideal angle. If you're actually doing this, you probably would be at a different angle. All right. Oh, wait. Clean these bolts. I forgot I wanted to clean these bolt studs. There's a little bit of oxidation. Now I have to just lift up the stabilizer bar and put it up back in its little cradle. Okay, so I'm running into a problem. Let's take a look at this original one. All right, you can see how that's got to fit right in there. All right, so if you flip it upside down, you can see how the clamp does fit in the bushing. Try. So this is the outer one. Here is the clamp, and you can see how that fits in like that. You can see how it all shapes in, nice shape. Now let's see this one. This one. You know, so I don't know. You can see how that's getting deformed. It's not fitting in just right. So what I'm gonna do, my plan is I'm gonna go source these again, ascertain if these are the right ones. All right, quick update. I contacted What you're seeing now are the same bushings that I tried to put on before. I am putting them back on. These are the new ones. The reason is I did call my local Mercedes dealership parts department, gave them my VIN number, and told them what I needed were my stabilizer bushings, and they came up with the same part number as these, and same as the original. I'll go off camera, struggling, and then magically well, I got this back one on. That's good. I think I'm gonna try using a C-clamp. So you can see here, I'm clamping this down. And okay, I got it. So I got this in, and it's actually working, surprisingly. I'm doing this, actually tightening this just by using the socket, and I'm turning this, so that's a good sign. That's always a good sign if you can turn a nut with just your fingers. And that's looking really nice. I like how that is laying in there. But the distance between the clamp and the frame, or the control arm, I'm trying to keep that the same. So I'll call that successful. That's the outer. Now, the little son of a gun is the inner. Okay, so I have the outer one in. I'm just thinking out loud here. This bushing is lining up pretty good here. If I go underneath, I like how it's about as centered as it can right there. So that's good. Which way? So if this has got the radius, I think this straight piece goes up on the top. And this is gonna need some form of clamping pressure. All right, if you don't succeed, try something different. So I have to get my hole lined up. So I'm gonna use a pin, and that will allow at least a partial alignment. And then I'm going to get a bigger clamp. This is a 6-inch clamp, 5-inch clamp, heavier duty. It's got bigger pads. And now, I gotta get that top nut in. So, I did have to take off this shroud that was right here. It was a little tricky. Probably was harder than normal because it had the tire here, but I was able to pull it off. So now, I should be able to just take this C-clamp, just like how I was wanting to earlier, and I should... So basically that is it. What I'm going to do when I do the right side, I'm going to remove these shrouds right away. Finish it up, button it up, and then I'll go work on the other side. So the other side, basically now I know what's going to happen. I'll better anticipate how much work and effort is going to be on my passenger side.